Hey everyone, and welcome to Comic Breakdown. First, I want to say thank you everybody. That I've gotten so many subscribers, so many people enjoying and loving the page. I'm seeing a great amount of growth, and I have to thank each and every one of you. Thank you guys that have been here from the beginning, and thank you guys new that are coming along. If you're new to this page and you haven't yet, please be sure to like and subscribe so you're not missing any of the content I've coming out. And if you do have any advice, if you would like a comic covered that I'm not currently covering, let me know. I will definitely look into it, see if it's something that's worth investing into. If it's if it's 80 issues in, I probably won't be beginning it unless it's a good story arc or something of that nature that's going on that can stand alone outside of the main continuity of what's going on. Now, with that being said, we're gonna go into Fantastic Four today, issue number 24. Now, I've covered a lot of Fantastic Four during the Empire event that was happening with Marvel. Now, if you guys didn't check that out, I will leave a link. You can check out every single Empire event video that I have currently. I'm pretty sure that I covered every single issue that they came out with. Some of them that they canceled, so we didn't get to see, things like Thor and things of that nature. So it's pretty unfortunate in that aspect. So without further ado, let's dive into this issue. So this issue brings us to the Fantastic Four, every single one of them. And this is taking place after the events of what happened in Empire. So the Katati have been wiped from the planet, and Joe and Nikki are officially adopted by Ben and Alicia. Now Joe and Nikki were the Kree and the Skrull, essentially entertainment. That they were the living embodiment of history. They continuously fought each other in several different battles, essentially reenactments of things that have happened throughout history. And we get a lot. This issue is really just a wholesome episode. We're really seeing the Fantastic Four grow. It is what this issue is really demonstrating, to me at least. Sky and Johnny are talking. They just recently found out that they're soulmates. And Johnny's really starting to think like he's the only member of the Fantastic Four who doesn't have a kid, who's not married, who really just doesn't have his stuff together in the aspects of starting a family and a life and stuff of that nature. Which, you could say is good or bad, depending on your view of life. And Joe and Nikki, they're really starting to get used to regular life. They're trying on dresses, and he's trying on, he's getting New York Yankees clothes and stuff of that nature. So, and they're just embracing human culture. Val and Reed are working. So we really see just the Fantastic Four being the Fantastic Four. Being a family, being happy, coming off of this giant event that just happened that could have been world ending. We have, Franklin's over in Krakoa hanging out with the X-Men and the mutants that are over there. And he's just being a teenage boy, he's being away from home. He's getting his ear pierced. His mom's yelling at him for it. It's just so freaking typical teenage stuff. And so, Sue tells him, like, hey, you need to get home. And so, Iceman decides to take him home. And upon arriving at the Fantastic Four home, Iceman realizes that the house still registers him as a Fantastic Four member. And so he goes inside and, he says hi to everybody. But really, it's underheard because Sue's just yelling at Franklin about getting his ear pierced. And this is where Johnny just loses it. He's like, fellow Fantastic Fours, like, you, Iceman, you're not one of us. You've never been a member of the Fantastic Four. Like, beat it, dude. I'm done with you. Like, get out of here. This is where Iceman's like, dude, just drop it. Like, it happened. I was part of the team. If you like it or not, I don't care. I had a 4 on my chest. I was induced. And Johnny's just like, no, like, that did not count. And so we get a little flashback here. We go to 1980s comic style. And the Fantastic Four is sitting around the table, and they get a whole bunch of mail in. And as they're reading through the mail, Johnny gets a letter from Marvel Comics, pretty much saying that last month's issue of Strange Tales starring the Human Torch outsold the Fantastic Four's latest issue. And so pretty much he gets cocky, and he's like, oh, you guys are holding me back. Like, you guys are just jealous of me. Everybody knows I'm the most popular Fantastic Four. I'm carrying this team. And he just takes off. Now, with him just taking off like this, the Fantastic Four gets an alert that there's something going on. multiple emergencies across town. Now, picking up at the house of Xavier, we see Iceman, being the newest member to the Fantastic Four, and he's in the training facility. And he learns here that they had the safety measures on for him because he's so new to his powers. And he was like, oh no, turn those safety measures off. I got this. And he learns real quick that he does not have it. And we see him just get wrung. And everybody's just laughing at him. And so he takes off. He's just like, oh man, I gotta get out of here. I suck. Like, as an X-Man. Like, I don't even know why I'm here. They don't need me. And so we pick up with the Fantastic Four battling a tech demo happening in the middle of the streets. And Iceman shows up helping Sue Storm put out a fire. And everybody's just like, wow, like, Iceman, dude, like, you're super nice. You're saying please and thank you and all. You're super respectful. Really helping us just do our job easier. Like, and this is where the Thing's just like, hey man, like, how about you sit in for a little bit? Like, we're a little short-handed. We need an extra individual on the team. And so everybody's on board for this. And he's like, all right, cool. And then he gets the little Fantastic Four symbol on his chest. And, he helped the Fantastic Four in a bunch of missions. And Johnny, of course, wants to underplay this. Like, you were just fighting goons and doombots and henchmen at best. But, there were some A-time villains, that he was going against, like Red Ghost and Super Apes and Puppet Master, things of that nature. So much so that even the X-Men were just, like, seeing this on the news and be like, oh, dang, like, Iceman's actually out there repping. Like, he's doing a great job. The whole time, Johnny's just, flirting with girls and trying to be a hotshot. Until he sees that Iceman actually is kind of taking his spot on the Fantastic Four, and he loses it. And the Fantastic Four are biting this extra-dimensional, mech suit of a thing with a giant hammer. And Johnny shows up and just starts picking a fight with Iceman. Like, in the middle of this fight, Johnny shows up and is just like, dude, get out of here. Like, you don't belong here. This is my team. This is not your team. Like, he was just being a jealous little brat is really what it comes down to. And these two start fighting, and Sue puts them both in a bubble. It's like, listen, like, we're trying to actually fight an invader from space. Like, if you guys could just shut up and help us out, that would be great. And so Reed Richards tells them that if they use their powers combined, they can destroy this hammer he has. And in doing so, send him back to his home dimension. And even after this fight, Johnny's still just poking at Iceman. And this is when Iceman hears Xavier in his head. It's just like, Xavier's telling him, like, yay, man, you've proven yourself, Iceman. Now come home to the X-Men. All are needed. And so he takes off, says bye to the Fantastic Four. And we really learn, like, this, Johnny wasn't upset that he took his spot on the Fantastic Four. Like, Johnny was really upset because this is his family. And he felt like someone's replacing him in the family. And, his arrogance is what led to that. Because the reality is this is one giant family of people together. This family has continued to grow and it will continue to grow. And that includes Iceman. That includes, Joe and Nikki. That includes everybody that wants to be a part of this family. Because at the end of the day, that's what Fantastic Four is. That's where they get their strength. These individuals united, the Fantastic Four is where it began, and it will continue to grow into a great Fantastic Four family. It may not be 4 individuals anymore. It may not always stay in 4 individuals, but the message that we get across here is that they are all family. And they will always have each other's backs. And that will be where this issue ends. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. It was, like I said, it was a super wholesome comic. It was really down to earth. It was very family oriented. It was just like, it showed a little bit of human emotion in there, but as well as understanding and just being like, this is the people that we love. This is the people that we care about. These are the people that matter to us. And together we are strong. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you haven't yet, be sure to like and subscribe to the page. And until the next video.